Hello, and welcome back to our Masterclass in Getting People to Vote. It's Amir, super fan of the Secretary of State's office and your instructor. And today we're going to talk about the universe. Not the mysteries of the cosmos. Those are irrelevant, we have no control over them. Rather, the universe, the set of people who didn't vote. Who are they? Why are they? And really, how many are they? But first, I want to share with you guys a number. And this number is the most important number in democracy right now. This number is the only number you need to win. This number is so electrifying that the moment you hear it, I'm going to need you to place it gingerly in a sealed crate in the corner of your brain, like the Ark of the Covenant, but labeled and within view at all times so you never forget its existence. Used prudently, this number will give you unlimited renewable energy. But allowed to roam your thoughts, it will torch them, leaving you fried and useless. This number is the margin of the presidential election in the linchpin state of Michigan in 2016. In that election, Clinton lost by 10,704 votes. Sit with that. 10,704 votes. Doesn't seem like a lot. Is that like 1%? Less than that. 0.5%? Less than that. 0.23%. So, lot to process there. What to make of it all. It seems incredibly low. But let's zoom out a bit and think about how many people voted and how many didn't. Well, continuing with the state of Michigan, in that year, 7.5 million people were registered to vote. There are more people of voting age, but let's just stick with the 7.5 million. 7.5 million said, hey, voting, I'm up to it, I'm interested, sign me up. So how many of those 7.5 million ended up voting? I mean, nearly all of them, right? I mean, they said they wanted to, they registered. Well, not quite. Out of these 7.5 million that said they were interested in voting, they registered, only 4.9 million ended up voting, which means 2.6 million people who registered didn't vote. It's a genuine question. What were these 2.6 million people thinking as they gazed upon this critical moment in our nation's history? Were they about to vote but got sidetracked by a microwave burrito? That is a very human thing. To take forever to cool down, you lose track of time. But for now, let's think about a couple of things. First, notice how that margin of 10,704 now seems microbial compared to the number of people who didn't vote but were registered. But there's something else in these numbers which, if we think about it, it can actually radically reframe how we think about this whole election. So typically, in America, we cast elections as a question of whether people who voted one way will change their minds. Will these voters be won over? So yes, you could try and find 10,705 people who voted before for ignorance, death, and fascism and get them to change their minds. Or you could go to the 2.6 million people who are sitting on the fence. They're sitting there now, waiting for you to help them down and turn them out in a good way, in a progressive way. Remember, they're halfway there. They registered. Now, I don't want to seem lazy, but that just seems easier than arguing with people. It turns out there are only two kinds of non-voters, and what those two are, we will talk about in the very next class. Subscribe, and goodbye.